Yo, what's going on, guys? And today we're going to be recapping the New Orleans Pelicans offseason recap. And guys, it's the big question: will Zion Williamson finally be healthy, play like an MVP, like he's shown every time he's played, but for a full season, and Mariah Mills' butt cheeks not be on his mind 24/7? Let me hear your thoughts down below. Hit that like and subscribe button. Let's get into the offseason recap of the New Orleans Pelicans. Right now, 14 players are under contract. CJ McCollum, Zion Williamson, Brandon Ingram, Jonas Valanciunas, Herb Jones, Larry Nance Jr., Dyson Daniels, Kyra, Lewis Jr., Jordan Hawkins, Trey Murphy III, Cody Zeller, Najee Marshall, Jose Alvarado, EJ Liddell. And they only have one of their three two-ways filled, with Deron Sebron being it. We do know Kyra, Lewis Jr., and Jonas Valanciunas are being used as trade bait. They're trying to move off of Jonas Valanciunas, and they're trying to move Lewis's contract for a veteran that can help them, but it hasn't happened. So right now, this is a team that I think the New Orleans Pelicans offseason had some acquisitions. We saw some people leave, but obviously the big question is like, are we going to believe in this team with or without Zion Williamson as like the focal point? Like, is he the focus anymore? I feel like Brandon Ingram's the leader. Now let's get right into like and subscribe. Just moved to Miami, or right now when you're listening to this, I'm driving there, so like my next videos will be of me in Miami. But the Pelicans approach the offseason with a mix of continuity and new acquisitions. I think they want to build upon the roster that they have to contend for a championship. Re-signing Herb Jones, like making him a restricted free agent and then bringing him back on that cheap deal, I really think was a great move, and it shows how much they're committed to their young core. Herb Jones is probably one of the best defenders in the league, and with his versatility and defensive and tenacity, which is huge on both ends of the courts, because he's getting more and better at offense. I think he averaged like 14 points a game to close out the year. So him resigning shows that the organization believed in the potential that he's going to contribute in the future and the growth that he still has, even though he was an older player coming out of Alabama. They brought Cody Zeller from the Heat, who he just had a championship run. Yes, he lost, but it was still a run for a championship. He brings a veteran experience, and the bald eagle is decent in the paint on both ends of the floor, protecting it, rebounding, finishing around it. I think, he's a pretty solid backup, better than what Jackson Hayes was for the past few years. No shade to Jackson Hayes. And then Jordan Hawkins, out of UConn, Baltimore native. I actually talked to the guy, really nice kid. The kid's got skill, got bounce, and he's going to offer them potential to play the 2 and the 3. 6'5", good size. I really like it. EJ Liddell is going to be... He looked good out there. He looked good. Had size. Like, summer league, he really... I think he already has the familiarity, and it's developed in the system. His knee looked good, and he has the ability to be a guy who can help up on both sides of the floor, be a small ball 5. He's more of a power forward, but solid player right there. Then you got yourself over here, our man. I think Garrett Temple leaving, yeah, that sucks, but it was time to move on, and other players are going to have the opportunity to step into those roles, like Jose Alvarado, Brandon Ingram. And then Josh Richardson, it kind of just seemed like him leaving they got him and they just let him walk. So that trade was pointless. Yes, he didn't give up much, but made the whole trade pointless. Jackson Hayes was a bust for them. Not saying that he is a bust, but for them, it just didn't work out. And I think it just why they went out and got Cody Zeller. Now, the Mariah Mills man, Zion Williamson, it's the pressing question. The uncertainty surrounding Williamson's availability, conditioning, maturity has always been a central narrative, and especially for this offseason. Results are going to be what matter. Reports about the possibility of team considering him being traded at one point, which they shot down, saying that it never happened, is kind of crazy. Zion's journey so far has had both promises and challenges along the way, which makes determining and defining how much of a factor for the team's success he actually means. But the combination of his athleticism, skill, and impact every time we've seen him on the court is irreplaceable. Like, I feel like them being championship contenders hinges on Zion being healthy and him being able to remain a dominant force in the long haul. Personally, that's what I truly think. Don't get me wrong, CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, Herb Jones, Larry Nance. The team's deep. Trey Murphy's a fucking dog. Jose's a dog. But the Pelicans, are trying to have a good balancing act. They're trying to enhance the roster while navigating around the uncertainty of Zion's availability, while bringing players to bolster the depth and talent while preparing for a competitive season. It feels like there's two teams. There's a team with Zion and there's a team without Zion. And they're both could be good, because there could be one team that we're looking at and it's like Zion and, Brandon Ingram and all the other boys. Like, let me put this roster out in your mind if you guys agree. Starting lineup: CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, Herb Jones, Zion, and Jonas Valanciunas. Then Jose Alvarado, Nanji Marshall, Trey Murphy III, Larry Nance Jr., and Dyson Daniels off the bench. But there could be, other lineups where Zion's hurt. It's CJ McCollum, Herb Jones, Brandon Ingram, Trey Murphy, Jonas Valanciunas, okay? Or, Dyson Daniels, CJ McCollum, Herb Jones, Brandon Ingram, Jonas Valanciunas. So there's lineups. And I think if Zion Williamson's healthy and they're able to cultivate that roster, I think this team could be a formidable contender. So the Pelicans obviously got to remain agile, stay on their feet, prepare for the challenges that can happen, and leverage their roster depth to be competitive while healthy or not healthy Zion is available. And I think that's going to be the driving force for this upcoming season.